Hey there, this is Matt, and in this video, I'm gonna show you 3 ways how to deal with anxiety today. Now, I received a question today from one client asking me about this. I suffer with anxiety. I have anxiety about this and this and this topic. How do I deal with this? Now, there are 3 ways how you can approach anxiety, and I'm gonna take it from the least effective to the most effective. Number 1, the approach that many people take is to dissect the topic that brings them anxiety. And that is when the anxiety moves from the body into the mind. So what happens for most people with anxiety is that there comes the anxiety feeling, some kind of a stress, some kind of pressure. They call it anxiety, and they say, what am I anxious about? And as soon as you ask this question, consciously or unconsciously, your mind rushes to solve the problem. So your mind will give you examples and topics and things that you are anxious about. And then it perpetuates the cycle of anxiety. So you become more and more and more anxious. Now, how to deal with this when you are already one step further and when you are already in those stories, in those narratives, is quite simple to take a pen and paper or to start writing into your laptop and to write down everything, all the topics that you are anxious about. You write as much as you can, you write everything that you can, and once you are done, then you look at what you wrote and you delete everything except for one or maybe two sentences that explain what you are anxious about the best. And that will allow you to bring your focus onto the topic, onto the specific thing that makes you anxious the most. So that is number one. Number two, much more effective, is to deal with anxiety within the body. So there is no asking, what am I anxious about? Because anxiety actually arises inside of your body. So there is this two-step process. What happens for most of us, for vast majority of us, is that the anxiety arises within the body. And then many people ask, what am I anxious about? We dealt with that in the step number one. But the option number two is to focus on the anxiety itself. And what it means is that as soon as you feel anxiety rising in your body, as soon as you feel pressure, as soon as you feel this strong sensation of, oh, something is amiss, the best way you can approach it is to start communicating with this energy. Sounds weird, sounds crazy, but trust me on this and try it and you will see what happens. What actually I'm suggesting is to welcome the anxiety, meaning as soon as you feel the anxiety rise in your body, you say, hello, anxiety, I hear you, I feel you, I see you, I'm here for you. And allow the energy just to be. Why is it a good idea? I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to use analogy with a child, with my daughter. So when my daughter, a 5-year-old, gets upset, what she doesn't need me to do, is to figure out why she's upset. Is to figure out solution for that. Is to list all the details about why she shouldn't be upset and why actually it's not a reason to be upset. That's what she doesn't need. What she needs me to do is to just be there for her, to be a space, to hold a space for the feeling to be. And as soon as I do that, I spend much less energy and much less time on resolving anything that arises within her. Because as soon as feels being seen, or as soon as she's heard, as soon as I create space for her, as soon as I hold the space, the anxiety goes away. And there is a child within each and every one of us. And the anxiety actually arises within this child, not within the adult with this mind, with these solutions, with all these great ideas. The anxiety arises within the child. And all that I suggest for the solution number two, which is much faster than the number one, is to simply hold the space. Hold the space for yourself, hold the space for the anxiety, allow it to be. And number three, the technique that I use for anxiety, that I use with my clients, is a technique called TFT, thought field therapy. It's somewhat similar to EFT, and it's tapping therapy, where you use 2 or 3 fingers to tap a specific point on your body whilst you create the space for anxiety. So this is like a combination of what I said in the step number 2 or the option number 2. What you do is this: you feel anxiety, you feel this rising sensation of stress, of pressure, of anxiety, and you say, "Hey, anxiety, hello, I see you." And what you do, you start tapping 4 points on your body using 2 or 3 fingers. The first point is at the beginning of your eyebrow, just at the beginning here. And you start tapping and you just feel into the anxiety. You do nothing. You don't try to push it away. You just feel into it. Then you move over here under your eyes and you just continue tapping. Tap, 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 tap. Just being with the energy. Number 3, you go under the armpit, about 10 centimeters below, and you tap over there. Doesn't matter which side. You just tap, 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 tap. And the last one is at the beginning of collarbone. You cut collarbones and just slightly below, and you just tap over there. Or you can tap just with your hand like this, right? So once again, the technique number 3, using awareness, using holding the space for the emotion and tapping it, combines these 2 things. So first of all, you welcome the anxiety, you welcome the sensation, and then you start tapping at the beginning of your eyebrow, under your eyes, under your armpit, and at the beginning or just slightly under your collarbone. So these are 3 things, techniques how to deal with anxiety today. And if you try them, you will find that the anxiety goes away almost instantly. And especially when you try number 2 or number 3. Now, this is what I do with people. This is how I function with people. And if you are interested in knowing more, go into the description of this video and you will find how you can reach out to me and how we can work together. But if it's only anxiety that you are dealing with, there are ways how you can resolve it by yourself. And I am on the mission to empower you so you don't need anybody and you can deal with these things every single day by yourself as they arise. And what you find after couple of these instances when you use these techniques is that the anxiety will not only pass away much faster, but that it will be much easier for you to deal with it, but also that the frequency and the intensity of anxiety arising overall will be much less. And so that you can focus on a more productive and more empowering states of being. I thank you very much for your attention. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. If you want, subscribe and comment on the video. I always check all the comments, all the replies, and if you have any topics that you would like me to talk about, please bring them on. I'll be more than excited to talk about them. I wish you all the best, and I wish you a wonderful day.